good clap to start the day off here. Class, hello. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Professor Hatter, and it's been a while since I've done a classroom video here. Felt like I should talk about this one subject that no one would exactly maybe talk about in this kind of a format, platform-wise, or at least ask the questions that I would. And wanted to make this kind of more official video. I've been trying to do some Carve unboxing videos, and they're kind of late being posted, but that happens. I've tried to film this video like 3 or 4 times. Technical issues with people in the house of, who are you talking to down there? All 300-ish, 50-ish students. Yeah. So now we're doing it official and talking about lids and 5950 Day. Some big announcements, some big things that changed that I actually liked, and I wonder, will this change be good? Or how good will it be for who? So, get a notebook, pen, and pencil, go to class. It's in session. Let's go. So let's talk about May. Let's kind of wrap up May. Primarily the first week of May, what I wanted to talk about, where it is the case of, I had a birthday, so whoop-de-doo. No confetti. Okay. Maybe we didn't have the budget for it. But, what's that? Oh, Billy and Scotty forgot them. Great. Great. TAs, I tell you. Looking for new summer TAs and interns for the Hatt University program. Sign up now. So, had a birthday, turned 30, and Mom's birthday was the next day. We went to the Cubs game on my birthday up in Milwaukee. Whole family was there and wore this new Cubs hat. This is one of my new favorite Cubs hats. This is from like their new Electric Blues collection, but with instead of the traditional bear holding the bat, he's holding a guitar, which is incredible, which is one of the coolest Cubs logos I've ever seen. And when I saw it at a lid store, I'm like, got to have it now. Maybe I should have sized up, to be honest, but I can always stretch out. But I just wanted it now.
But I want it now!
Speaking of things I wanted now, in terms of Cubs hats, is this little number here. So on May 8th, 2025, the year of our Lord, 2025, that I was walking out on lunch in Daily Plaza, where they had that Picasso. Yep, that's where they had that Picasso. And CBS2 studios right there on Dearborn, Washington, facing the plaza. And big headline, Pope elected. Oh, that's cool. I go into the restaurant in the nearby mall, and I'm watching on my iPad that it's from America. Well, that's cool. And they said he's from Chicago. Holy moly. Holy cow. That's awesome. And I understand what the one reporter from ABC was trying to do when she had said, oh, we have a Cardinal who is a Cubs fan. Kind of running with the joke that his role, the pun that he's a religious Cardinal compared to the St. Louis Cardinals baseball team, the rival of the Chicago Cubs, and he's from Chicago. Everybody ran with that so fast to the bank that they put on the marquee, he's a Cubs fan. They were putting jerseys together, Pope Leo the 14th. And it turned out that he's a Sox fan. All right. Well, he's still from Chicago. Still, it's okay. I'm, you know, I mainly root for the Cubbies, but you know, every so often, like, hey, go Sox. Like, I'm not gonna be, mean about it, like the St. Louis Cardinals or the Yankees or Dodgers or Mets, Astros, maybe the Brewers, depending on the day, depending on the standings. So I ran over to the Lids on State Street, and no, that one closed. Sorry. Rest in peace. That was one of the best Lid stores. Those employees were fantastic. On Michigan Avenue, wanted to get a white. Originally, I wanted to get a red Cubs hat. Him being a Cardinal. I'm like, he's the Pope now. He's the Pope. So I gotta get a new hat, and wanted to get a white Cubs hat. Now this one, I'm gonna do some close-ups on this one in a moment here. But this one stuck out to me more than the others, because the other ones were white, but this baby is all white. This is whiter than a Kmart that is sponsored by Hidden Valley Ranch and Hellman's Mayo in Minneapolis. Literally, every part of this is white, where the other hats had a gray UV to it, and there's some other parts that weren't. I think maybe like the sweatband was gray, maybe. Doesn't matter. This one is all white. This one reminds me of the Prism collection. Back in about 2018, 2019, probably 2019, the Lid store came out with a Prism collection. So the idea is, like this green one I got at one of their clearance shops, outlet stores, is the whole hat is one color. Whichever team a Yankees hat, they had NBA hats, a Bulls hat, a Dodgers hat, an Orioles hat, um, Cavaliers hat, anything like that. It's all one color. And like on here, especially, you can tell how the tags are green, the lining is green, the sticker is green. Especially seeing that this one was a white sticker, I knew right away this was a special one. I cannot exactly confirm that this is from that Prism collection. I don't believe so, but it's made in China. Genuine merchandise, and the reason why I say I don't believe so is because the genuine merchandise tags are different. Maybe that's how they were made, but I needed this one for His Holy Fatherness. I'm Lutheran. I'm Protestant. Technically, I don't believe in the Pope. He's got a phony baloney job, technically speaking. Martin Luther said so, 1517, October 31st, 95 cc's. But hey, huge worldly global figure from Chicago. Never happened before. Never happened to America. This is just incredible. So I gotta celebrate somehow. And again, the memes were fantastic. Maybe at the end I'll share some. So I went and I said to the guy I was on my lunch break, trying to be quick about this. I said, hey, wanted to get this hat. Wondering, do you have anything to help get this out? Technically, it's supposed to be an all-white hat, but it is not exactly all white. It did not stay all white. Some dirt stains, sweat stains, maybe from people trying it on. I mean, that does happen. So he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. Let me, take care of that." Took some time. I was late coming back from lunch, but it was okay. Well worth it with this guy. I don't remember his name. His name was not on the receipt, but he was awesome. He was awesome that day. Because what he did was said, hey, sorry about this. I understand, white hat's going to sit around, so it's going to get dirty. But he was going to give me 20% off the hat. Cool. I appreciate that. Not to be that kind of customer, but I just wanted to make sure, is that on top of my already 20% off as a Lids Access Pass premium membership holder? I don't know what the official word for that is. The membership. And he looked me up. I had expired. My membership had expired. Zoot. And he said, look, I'll do this for you. I'll get you the free membership for the year, and I'll still get the 20% off. You are awesome. That is fantastic customer service. I appreciate that so much. And I mean, he said like it all expired, just like the other day. I think on the 7th or the 6th, and I did see how there was. I don't know why I was checking this. I was checking the Lids membership website, which is and to see other facets of like my points, my rewards, and all that. And I did remember it saying a blue button auto renew. Well, that's fantastic. That makes me feel like Lid listened to me. That finally, someone might have been bored enough, or someone might have been like, "Hey, this Hatter guy, he keeps talking about us. Is there anything we can do to help him, or is like he just making any sense? Probably not, but see what he has to talk about us, and just ignore him." But they listened. I'd like to think that they listened, but regardless, for a long while-ish, it feels like a long while-ish though, but last few years, I've been saying that there should be a auto-renew system for a membership. I got my Netflix playing. I get an auto-renewal every month for that. My gym membership, there's an auto-renew for that. I had to put a card on file. When I worked at Best Buy, we have a membership that's changed throughout the years, but total membership, or recently they turned it to Total and Plus. Regardless, here's a benefit package that is X amount of dollars. And Best Buy will send you an email 11 months from now. I think we were trying to send 2, at least. That will notify you, hey, it's time to renew your membership. So it's going to auto-renew because at the time of your purchase, you swiped a card to put on file. And great. Now it's going to charge you again X amount of dollars because it's changed over the years. If you don't want it, we recommend that you keep it, but if you want to cancel it, here's the way to cancel it. Liz never did anything like that. And even the guy was telling me how that's an only online feature. It's not in-store. It's not an in-store thing. So come next May, I'll have to do this thing again, either to remember myself, to ask Siri, I'm not going to make her go crazy here, to renew it online, or just go in the store and say, here's my $10. Worth the $10, but I feel like Lids got smart enough that they realized that it should have happened beforehand. I would doubt that they would listen to me. It'd be nice. Just a bit of a coinky-dink that this happened. But it's nice that at least it's being offered. It'd be nice if, there was some sort of way that, influential hat creators, hat content creators such as myself, having the #1 hat channel on YouTube could be able to bend an ear to Lids, have some sort of, feedback from customers out there. Have someone be able to give Lids, a grounded idea of what Lids customers really want. But I just don't know if that's going to happen anymore. It feels hopeless. I don't know if this is going to work out. It's going to feel hopeless here. It's going to do some work here. Mail call. Hear all about it. Big 5950 day announcement. What? What is this? What does this say? Huh. Cubs win 2025 World Series with Peter Armstrong as MVP. Huh. Oh, wait, sorry. This is... whoops. This is from the future. Hold on. Let me get to the current section here. Big name hat collector Pierre leaves Topper Store USA Bronx for a role with Lids and Lids HD for transforming individual stores. Huh. Interesting. So maybe we might have somebody who's a little influential, got a big name out there, can maybe bend Lid's ear. So I guess on May 9th, it was officially announced after a kind of quasi-April pranks joke of Pierre saying goodbye in an Instagram post in late April that made everyone confused. Then to post on May 9th, on 5950 Day, that big news, I've officially joined the team at Lids and Lids Hat Drop, stepping into a role where culture, product, and community intersect. I'll be coordinating product development and design across fashion headwear for Lids and working to shape the future of Lids Hat Drop stores. Not just as retail spaces, but as creative hubs rooted in local identity. This isn't just a new chapter, it's a chance to build something different, something that reflects the people, the cities, and the energy behind the hat game. Let's raise the bar. Hashtag Lids, Lids Loyal, Lids Hat Drop, Lids HD. And since that post, I am now recording on the 28th of May. He has already had his first full week at Lids. He went to Indianapolis. I mean, it's so official. He updated his LinkedIn profile. That's how you know it's real, folks. That's how you know it's real. It's like the adult version of like a dating app almost, you know. That, I mean, I was on the market before looking and got a new job and had to take myself off the market. All those other law firms can just be jealous of Johnson, Blumberg, and Associates that they got me. Yeah. But seriously, it makes me ask a few questions here. That kind of, I had them written down, didn't save them to my iPad here, but kind of spitballing some questions here of how did this role become? Was this a role that Pierre had sought after, that he wanted, a role officially with Lids? I mean, he was the Lids Ultimate Hat Collector winner back in 2020 or 21. He's going to have to correct me on that. Someone's going to have to. Was this a role that he wanted and kind of talked Lids into joining the team with his ideas? Or, I mean, I could be wrong here, but if I remember right, he did not exactly seek out the Topper Store USA Bronx role opportunity exactly. He collaborated with Pat. Pat talked with him. I mean, I want to say I remember that from a podcast a while ago, but of course I will be frank that if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong about that. But he didn't really want that in the first place. He did really well with it, though. So that makes me kind of wonder then, maybe Lids was the one that wanted Pierre, that they saw how good he was able to turn a little storefront into, you know, this massive force. Exactly, it's competition, essentially. And maybe Lids was jealous and they wanted to feel relevant still, that they were kind of losing their upper echelon status and they wanted to be more dominant. Not too sure. Just kind of some spitballing initial questions there. And from the post saying that coordinating with product development and design across fashion headwear kind of makes me think that it's just going to be a design role exactly, not maybe as logistical. Now, that's totally fine that he would kind of be in that kind of role for designing there, for, aspect product designing. But I would say if you look at the resume, and with also the posts mentioning about, what was it, with having creative hubs rooted in local identity for these for these Lids hat drop stores. I don't know if these are going to be new places or existing, because I think there's about 4 or 5 across the country, with LA, Houston, St. Louis, New York, maybe Atlanta as one. So this expansion for Lids, they're in a good enough place, they think, to expand the Lids HD storefront. Be interesting. But kind of, then he does have a lot of, customer service kind of background to aid and inject into Lids. That not only, I think it was a mentality from Pat from Topper Store to begin with, but it kind of residuated. It kind of grew then through Pierre for high quality customer service. And from the times watching their YouTube shows of and through his posts that customer service was a high pillar to stand on. So maybe that might make me think and hope just a bit. I mean, not like hope that the White Sox are going to get to a 500 record by the end of the decade, but just enough little hope that maybe it can change. Maybe this iron curtain of the customer experience at Lids, in store and online, will finally change. It'll merge. It won't be so separate. You bought a hat, didn't fit. You want to go to Lids store and return it? Can't do that. They're different entities. Fanatics ruined it. You want to order a hat online and pick it up at your local store, or get an idea of what inventory they might have instead of having to drive 30, 40 minutes, maybe more, just to see at the store, oh, I don't like these hats, or they don't fit, there's nothing that, wows me, nothing that I really want. Well, can't do that. Fanatics ruined it. You want to be able to use your points, reward points online, as you should, because you paid for membership, because your membership isn't a sale code, it's something that you pay for your discount. So you have to choose between free shipping or maybe sometimes your code, predictable code, Lids. Come on, predictable code that works. It's gonna work. And it might work, it might not work. Can't do that. Fanatics ruined it. March 19th, 2019. The decimation of Lids. So I gotta hope and wonder that this might change over time. Not expecting short-term miracles, but hoping for long-term steps. I mean, Lids, I've said this for a while, they were the ones who I originated the joke of, oh, they took the same communication class as my ex did in college. They suck at it.